you are joining us. This is Mayegun live. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Please take your time to read the caption of the broadcast, which is the rider for it, and then read the description of the broadcast as well. You know the routine. Like it, and then share the broadcast to invite your friends, your not so friendly friends. Tell them all that Mayegun today. So tonight, we are going to River State. Just like everybody understands that the last has not been heard of the political upheaval or crisis, which somehow is what led to the state of emergency being declared there, and the governor, as well as the status of assembly members, being suspended by Chief Numbu. Now, some new developments are beginning to come to light, in which those who felt that the purpose of suspending the democratically elected government in Rivers State was not to forestall peace. It was actually for Wiriwike's, political empire to be rebuilt by this sole administrator. So today, women in Rivers State, right, came together in what you can call the solidarity protest, because they were not just demanding an end to this sole administrator, right? They want Fubara reinstated as part of their demands. The sole administrator, which we kind of have been, talking about a bit on this platform itself, right, is a creation of Tiknubu's imagination or something, because there is no law or no part of Nigerian law that has room for sole administrator. Now, it was said again that their plan was this sole administrator would be working with the National Assembly for approval, which means, for whatever he had to do, since there would be no status of assembly or what have you. So he would need the approval of the National Assembly, but he hasn't gotten any. So this person has single-handedly dissolved the state electoral board, and he's dissolved the local government administration as well. And now he's actually doing what they accused Fubara of planning to do. You know what I mean? Like, it was going to break law, or it was breaking law and all that. So this one is doing same. And somehow people feel so concerned, believe that there may be no plan for Fubara to come back, And tonight, that is where we are going to start from. There is also this social media buzz talking about, the health concern for Wike again, the brain behind this whole mess. So let's go to River State, and then we'll take it off from there. Women that protested against the sole administrator. River State women came out to demand for the reinstatement of Fubara. We haven't heard much from Fubara himself in the recent while. So, but we have been hearing from a lot of people, and most of them were active players in what is going on in River State. Somehow, their conclusion, right? Those of them who were on the side of Fubara, I believe, or those who are kind of like against the state of emergency declared by Tifnumbu, which in itself is illegal. But you are now in a place worse than a banana republic. So you would have to cherry pick what is more bad or evil. You know what I mean? Like you've got so much, breaking of your laws done by these guys. So you would have to weigh in which one is like the biggest one that you can say, okay, yeah, you know what, let's just leave this and pick the other one in a way. But this is one of the biggest one that could or should have erupted, into a national kind of like shutdown. But Tifnubu and his gang, understanding the situation, understanding the stage at which, their level of state capture is currently potent, this consolidation of their power, how potent it is now on the people, and then how divided the people are as well to their own advantage. So they dared it, and they will do more. So now the sole administrator now has this massive power that there is no section of their law gives to him. He has the power to dissolve the democratically set up government functionaries, which can only be done, right, when a new government, democratically elected, as I think, would have such power of changing personnel and all that. But this one has been like operating everything Fubara, according to Fubara's defenders. And you have to feel sorry for some of them because they seem so powerless. You know what I mean by powerless is that when they speak like this, when you see them on every platform trying to tell everyone who cares to listen that, but this can't be right. This cannot be right. I mean, somebody who is never elected whatsoever, no law gives him any power, would appoint electoral body. It will conduct local government elections. Like, how is this all right? Like I said, you will want to feel sorry for them because it's like, who are they talking to? Who are they expecting to actually kind of like fix this? When the people who declare state of emergency, Tifnubu that declares state of emergency, those behind it, including the sole administrator, they all have just one single common goal, which is to control Rivers State politically and then maybe financially too. I mean, financially, very important. Do you understand? So when you speak out like this, it's like, I mean, there must be institutions to fix all these things. That is the problem. Institutions have been so compromised that right now, they would have to decide what is criminal and what is not. And that depends on the mood of the Tifnubu's regime, as well as everything that is connected to it, the judiciary, the legislature, they would name it. So they are like at the beck and call of these guys, and whatever they do is now the law. That part. There is a part where you have to say, but the law says section 2 and 2 subsection. Shut up. We will tell you what the law says. Okay? It is what we say the law says that the law says. Do you have any problem with that? Okay, then you go to court and then they repeat the same and tell you that, yeah, this action is what this guy said it is by the law, and that is the law. But that is not the law, but that is the law now. And that's it. So that's the level that Nigeria has gotten to. So, but we do have, people who are still speaking or pointing out all these discrepancies. Some believe that their sole administrator as, okay, here is another one. The sole administrator is not from Rivers State. Okay. Ibas is from Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom might be Cross River because I always mix them up. Anyway, I'll use Akwa Ibom and please correct me if it is Cross River. Okay, but Ibas anyway. So Ibas is from another state entirely. Okay. He has served in Rivers State as one of these military personnel or chiefs posted to there, wherever there, right? So it was, and I don't know if he's still a friend with Wiki, right? So Ibas was supposed to be a neutral person who knows nobody, right? He would have to meet almost everyone if the mission was to actually bring peace or something, right? Well, suddenly Ibas knows everyone. Ibas knows people that he can't trust those they were handling at the affair of the states with Fubara, they had to appoint new sets. And all these new sets, people are now asking, who are those giving him the names? I mean, the passion at which this guy is talking, right? Listen to this one, the first one.
Okay, thank you. What has happened in Rivers State, to tell you the truth, democracy has been killed and buried in Rivers State. As I speak to you, the sole aim why the sole administrator was sent to Rivers State, according to Mr. President, was to foster peace amongst the both parties, having the political conflict. But on the very first week, we actually thought the sole administrator did well by calling the chiefs and the head of local governments and having engagements with them. But afterwards, what has happened is a clear move to show the world that this whole thing is targeted at the governor of Rivers State. Because one, why will the sole administrator come and act as if he's an elected governor of Rivers State? I know Mr. President is not aware of this whole thing, but coming on ground, we expected the sole administrator, who is on ground, to give him first-hand information. Dismantling the structures, a working system, well-democratically system that was set up by the governor is impunity. How do you explain to Rivers people that you dissolved the RISEC that is responsible for conducting local government election, and you appointed some persons? Who gave you those names? You're supposed to meet with key critical stakeholders before decisions are made. As a matter of fact, the sole administrator is not empowered by the law to conduct election in Rivers State. Also, as if that was not enough, they have gone ahead to release names of people that will oversee the affairs of the local government in the 23 local government. This whole thing is impunity. And I'm aware that Mr. President is not aware, but it's high time we speak up and tell the world what is happening in Rivers State. The Supreme Court justices gave a clear judgment that this thing should not happen. I have a copy of that judgment delivered by Honorable Justice Emmanuel Ajims. I can read it for you. Where they don't have the powers. You don't even have the powers to act as a governor. In that particular judgment, the part of it said, the law is settled by a long line of decision of this court that by the virtue of Section 1, Subsection 2, and Section 7, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, local government must be democratically elected local government council and no other body, and that the government or administration of a local government area by a state government, governor of a state, local government caretaker committee, interim local government council, administrator, boldly written, head of local government, or whatever the name called by any other state agency or other body is not in accordance with the 1999 Constitution, is therefore unconstitutional, illegal, and of no effect. So now I want to ask, is Rivers State not part of Nigeria? Is the Constitution not part of what we are doing here in this state? Are we in a full-blown military regime? Where if you tell us that we're in a full-blown military regime, then we'll go back home and sleep. Because what is happening is clear provocation aimed at the governor, so that the supporters of the governor we want to resist, they will now use in the guise of that, and cause mayhem in the state. So I want to tell the entire world that the sole administrator do not have the constitutional powers to do everything that he has done. Dismantling all structured. You went to Local Government Service Commission, and you also appointed the first cousin of the deputy minister. Is that proper? So I don't know why the whole world, the Nigerians, are keeping quiet. See democracy buried in a state like Rivers State. The people have remained calm. We have remained calm and will continue to be calm. The silence of the governor is enough protest, because some persons are calling, why are we not on the street protesting? The silence of the governor is enough protest, because the governor knows that the moment he makes a move, our people, we might not be able to curtail them. So it's high time the sole administrator understand that the reason why he's here is not for a particular group alone. The sole administrator was supposed to come, call both parties, see how we can bring political peace in this state, because we have normalcy in the state, but there's this political crisis going on. So we expected to have held meetings with the sole administrator.